But yeah, the Reno music scene, I don't know, just you both have been playing in it for a while. And at a young age, you've seen it become things and change in lots of different directions. So what's up with that? What's your perspective on it?
I think that the more that we grow and the more that we support each other, but also throw in a little bit of competition by actually, with our peers, giving them constructive criticism with their music. So often in the beginning of my career as a musician, everybody would just smile at you and say it was great when it was terrible and it was awful. And so something I try to do with anybody who's new to the scene is just to give them constructive criticism and not be rude.
Yeah, you don't have to be discouraging, but I always think it's really important, especially early on, like you're not going to be that great. And there's things that other people have insight that can make you better. Now there's a point where that's intrusive.
Yeah.
But especially when that comes from another creative person who's been through a lot of those, and they're saying that without ego.
One of my favorite stories, though, our hero, the man who named Rigorous Proof, was a friend of ours, Brandon Brookshire, and he kind of took us under his wing and made us the musicians that we are today by helping us produce the first album and kind of teaching us how to listen to each other as a band. And it was kind of some of his rules. I remember, I still have them written down somewhere. It was like, trust each other, listen to each other, love each other, but grow with each other. But we told him, come see the band. We were playing at Zephyr before it was Z-Bar, when it still,
when it was
the
still
stage,
Zephyr?
yeah, when it was only, the stage was as big as this table.
Zephyr was great.
And we played there, and after the show, we're sweaty and like, how'd you think of it, man? He's like, well, you guys come out guns blazing, and the rest of it was wildly mediocre. And at first I was very
how dare you?
taken aback, oh God, I just played the greatest set of my life.
Yeah.
And it was after that moment when it was ground zero again.
That's a good way to strive, to be not wildly mediocre. That's pretty strong. So
that's our mission statement.
You should be. You should put that on your shirts. Strive to not be wildly mediocre.
Well, what you're kind of touching on is just humility. Like, don't have your head too far up your own.
Oh yeah.
Like,
especially when you're young and starting out at it, like you're gonna suck.
Yeah.
And that's like what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be bad.
We had to rebuild the group as not just a wildly mediocre group. It's kind of something that we strive to do in the band.
Action.
Singing songs, and there was love notes written on canvases, sleeping in all summer long. And then an endless scene of memories, there will always be you and me. Well, I don't even know where you're going. I don't even know where you go. Every time I start thinking of you,
I think that it's important to remember also that, you know, it's okay to be wildly mediocre, but to keep striving, because as long as it comes from the heart, though, and as long as it's got that passion that initially drew you into it, for, you know, it always has to have that, and it's our job as artists to express the, you know, feelings and things that other people aren't willing to do. It's to be vulnerable like that.
That's changed a lot for me, thinking, okay, that this is what I want to do, and you play the show and you think you do a great job, and maybe you're the second band of a 3-band bill, and then you hear the headliner or the touring band, you go, oh my gosh,
You're just devastated.
my mind is blown, and everything you felt like you got to this pillar is now back down here, and you're building off of that, and it just feels like absolutely nothing.
what I
but then
like.
you just
Great
keep
though
building.
too.
I liked
man.
with-
That's
When you hear
those
that
are
great
like
music.
epiphanies.
Oh yeah.
And it's like so cool to have those, even though it's like, oh, this sucked because like my ego just got crushed.
Yeah. Well,
But
I mean,
that's so healthy.
I mean, you can make the most brilliant stuff with an ego that's just flattened. I think that needs to happen to you a couple of times throughout your life to actually reach the next
I
plane.
think a couple times to like a month or a year,
Yeah,
at
yeah,
least a
whenever,
year.
whenever you need it.
Yeah. Well, that's what I really liked about when you came out with your project, having left and Buster Blue had kind of taken time off, and you guys all went different ways, and Brian went his way.
Yeah.
But you guys still played together. You'd come back in and play and stuff like that. But I really liked when you came out with Up As the Down Is The, because it was not what you think it was going to be. It was like, oh, well, maybe Andy's going to play some like folk thing, and it was completely different.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's what I like, is it's got courage to be like, I want to do something new.
Which is the exact same reason why I liked Up As the Down As the crazy contrast to Buster Blue. I was like, this is some freak out stuff in my mind. This is like a total new blank canvas that you just opened up and you're starting to paint on it again.
Yeah. Oh wow. Thank you. It was a lot of taking it and saying, okay, I don't know how to do this at all. I know that I'm going to suck for a long time, and trying to figure out how to do it. It was something new, something very foreign, and I feel like I'm getting here, and I keep getting influenced by different bands, great musicians in town, even regionally, and I get put down here again. I'm like, all right.
It was one of those things at Cargo. I'd always wanted to shoot you at Cargo, even before we'd agreed to do anything.
Oh,
gotcha. It was funny. It was kind of the same moment, I think. We were watching you guys play at Cargo. You guys played Battles. I turned to you and I was like, I want to do the arena session with this song.
I think we both looked at each other like,
And that
like
same
this
show,
one, right?
that same show is when I realized that I want to shoot Andy right in the middle of this
Perfect.
room.
Yeah, we were
That
right.
video is
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was just, I don't know, just one of those cool things.
I had just gotten back from tour that day. I drove, got there, set up and did that, and then left town the next day. Yeah, but it was the coolest thing walking into Cargo and seeing it actually set up and all the lights, and just having Ford explain, oh, yeah, we're going to do this from this angle, and just going and seeing what the camera was going to see. It was super exciting for me.
Waited for it to come around and wash over me. Oh, I tried to recall recall all those lost memories. Yesterday you said tomorrow, but tomorrow never came. Oh, yesterday you said tomorrow, but tomorrow never came. It never came. Oh. No, no, it never came. Oh, I thought that everything was in its right place. Put together the pieces, finding something missing. Oh, and I can see through the fog, but it's got a hold of me, hold of me. Yesterday you said tomorrow, but tomorrow never came. Oh, yesterday you said tomorrow, but tomorrow never came. It never came. No, no, it never came. No, 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 it never came. No, 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 it never came. That felt pretty good.
Eventually, at some point, people are going to find out. I mean, they already are right now, too. More and more people are moving here, but at some point, they're going to find out that the local music scene isn't just like, oh, there's some local band playing, like, yeah, they suck. Like, it's like, that's not a local band. That's a
Whose voice is
It's
that?
just a band.
that's what I call Randy, the random guy.
Okay.
Randy the random.
You named him.
I have a lot.
go
Yeah, I
deep
have
with
a-
this.
Yeah, I do. I have a lot of
names for
characters.
things. I like it.
Yeah.
Randy is the name of my drunk alter ego.
Yeah.
Wow. That's good to know.
Yeah. You
I thought
don't
you were
want
going to say
mess
drunk
with
uncle
Randy.
there for a second.
Drunk uncle.
My drunk uncle. I do think, though, that the quality of music in this town, and one thing that always keeps me going is I'll go and see a band, like, you know, I'll go see Bazooka Zoo, I'll go see Moondog, I'll go see Failure Machine, and they'll be so tight that night playing that it almost pisses me off to where I'm like, we got to get better. Like, we have to be able to compete with this. And that's what I'm saying. Like, the level of competition in this town is a good thing.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way you don't get a
It's
bunch
not
of
even competition. I
half-ass
think it's just being
bands.
inspired, right?
Yeah, and I'm inspired by everybody else in this town.
Yeah.
Because I want to be getting better, and I want to, like, I'm like, damn, they're making great music.
Yeah.
I want to make some great music now, too.
Yeah.
The more and more we go, we're going to make something happen. And we're almost there because all of the talent in Reno is getting better and better every day. Every show I go to see, every band, Jake Houston, Bazooka Zoo, everybody, every time I see them, they're better.
Yeah, I always say, like, every time I've seen probably Elephant Rifle,
Every time they're better.
every time I see them, they've gotten better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really.
Yeah, it can be two things. It can be they've gotten better, and also after you see a band a few times, you learn and you appreciate more of what they do.
Yeah.
Because I think when you see a band for the first time, their songs, it's very much a face value thing. How does it sound? What are they playing well? That's kind of how it goes. And then you see a band multiple times, and you really just start to see people's technique. You start to see their passion a little bit more. You start to delve into some of the lyrics that you can hear. Like it's a growing process to see a band multiple times.
Yeah, some of the bands I've seen multiple times, and like, you know, working in the bars in Reno too, like I've seen many people, like when you were in Buster Blue, and even now with Up Is the Down Is the, like every time you start to see somebody, you appreciate their craft more and more and more. But you also can start picking into their craft. And we're all friends too, and then at some point you're gonna become friends with all the bands in this town if you're in a band.
Yeah.
And you want to do that. Or just an artist in general, too. Mm-hmm. If you're doing art, you're going to meet the other artists. You're going to find the others.
Find the others. Now it's lost.
Find the others.
Sorry.
I think that's just the point now, though. But I also think that at some point in time, what's going to happen with Reno is just like Seattle with grunge and with the New York scene with television, Ramones, Blondie, and then later, a couple months later, you know, the punk scene in England. I think that at some point it's going to really just take us all just being good enough to get somebody to come and have some journalist come here and coin it. You know, oh, the Reno sound is this.
Yeah.
The No Town sound or something, you know. Get some flashy thing that looks good on print. Mm-hmm. And then suddenly everybody's going to be all eyes on Reno, just like what always happens. That's always how it goes.
Right.
The fact that like there is a Reno Sessions is monumental to me because that just documents the scene, and that's what always, when you look back at pictures and you see Kurt Cobain and Sonic Youth hanging out, or you see Iggy Pop and Lou Reed drinking a beer, the documentation is what is needed for something to even consecrate it as something that's real and happening.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And that's, to me, like I'm a tremendous fan of what you guys do.
Well, it is the musicians around town, how eclectic they are and how talented they are, that even gave us the idea to do this. It was like, well,
It gave us the gravitas.
yes, yeah.
I like gravitas.
Yeah.
It's very Final Fantasy. I like it.
Okay.
But it was just like, okay, this needs to be put in a tight package. Like this eclectic group of musicians, like all different kinds, singer-songwriters, folk bands, rock bands, hip-hop groups.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like there's just got to be a way. So here we are.
And I think so too. I mean, that's what's going to keep bludgeoning the door that is going to open up the scene to the world at large.
Have you guys toured at all?
Limited. We used to have a van, actually. It was Stevie Ray van, and it was actually Stevie Ray Vaughan's van.
Was it?
My dad, yeah, it legitimately was. And my dad pulled out a slip of paper that said registered drivers, Vaughn, Stevie Ray. We used to, yeah, we used to drive around in Stevie Ray van, and we could do a little bit of touring, but it would always break down.
How many hidden compartments of cocaine did you find in that van?
23 and a half. There was one I couldn't unlock.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
Had 14 keyholes. It must be really good inside.